Hello, and welcome back to another Andrew Ports, this career mode non-expert in an HRT commentary. I am Matt Ruda, aka at Agent Mulder 5 on Twitter, aka, once again, like the last video, I really don't have anything witty to say right now. Yep, so coming to you today, not live, but pre-recorded, I guess, from the lovely Japan. Suzuka, a great track, much nicer than many of the Tokadromes that we have to see today. Yeah, finally a proper track. That means Singapore turned out to be an interesting race. If you guys haven't seen that, I know we only uploaded it a little while ago, but there was a bit of a break in there, as there's a bit of a break in the podcast, just simply because timing doesn't work out too well. Steve and I are on different schedules, so we'll try to get one of those out to you. I might cover some real F1 in this just because, well, you know, I don't know how the race is going to go. So Andrew's going to show you his setup now. Loading a time trial setup. So going for all-out speed. More downforce on the rear than on the front. So probably some instabilities in practice that he encountered. That was a weird balance setting, but y'all can go look back at that if you really want to. Curious to see his tires. Last race, he was plagued by some very bizarre tire setups. As we could see, positions now. Bort's putting it into P10, so very nice. Might have gotten into Q3 and then just set out for the rest. Vettel on pole, followed by Weber and Button. So, yep, we can see how the rest of the field shakes out. The Williams, not doing too hot. And neither are the Caterhams, to be honest. Well, as I say that, they're actually in front of the two teams I was about to say they weren't in front of, so there you go. Already looking like an idiot. We are only 1 minute and 59 seconds into this video. Looks like he's going for a 3-stop strategy this race. Might have destroyed some more tires than he did in previous races. Not more than he did in Singapore, though. Looking at his R&D path here. Nothing too stand out-ish. Missed a few objectives here and there, it seems like. Not the best, but then again, in an HRT, really, what do you expect? I mean, starting on the prime tires, looking at how the championship shakes out between him and his teammate, very obviously, Andrew Bort's utterly dominating Liuzzi in every way, shape, or form known to man. And we are going to go to the grid eventually.
Standing by.
What's he doing? It looks like he's whipping his hair back and forth. Does he have track IR now? Ooh, that could be interesting. Well, forgive any involuntary motions. If you get motion sick easily, this might not be the video for you. Did Andrew get track IR? I don't know about that. So we can see how the field shakes out. Bortz is in P10. Looks like he's got Kobayashi behind him. We know how that turned out last time. Buemi, P13, beating his rival. Good news. As we see more whipping hair back and forth. I'm not going to start singing. It's late. I've had a glass of wine or two. We have 5 red lights. And we are off. Bortz once again with the wheel spin. God damn it. Learn to shift. I'm sorry. You're cool and all. Rosberg takes him almost immediately. I'm surprised more didn't go by with that. Oh, there's a bit of a feisty move there on the inside. Diving on the inside. But makes it stick. Good grip coming out. That 11 downforce in the rear is really helping. We're going to take the inside of DiResta going into whatever this is called. It's probably Japanese and something I can pronounce. As no, we did not take DiResta. Now we're switching back to the outside. Not getting the grip, engine overheating. Rosberg not having any of that, saying, take this, bitch. Takes him back on the inside. A feisty move from Rosberg to match the feisty move from Bortz. As this is a very interesting... I like this camera. I don't know about y'all, but I like this camera. I like what it's doing. Much more immersive, much more exciting. As we see, Bortz going to pull a Kamui. Is he going to KK? He KK'd 2 of them. He's going to KK DiResta. Maybe... no curve, so he can't just zip on by. Flicking it up to mix 3, overheating the engine a little bit. Gonna try to get by. I think he's gonna make it stick. Yep, he's got it. A little bit on the grass there. Whoa, nicely held. This looks like DiResta's having a go at him. DiResta's got the position back. Is Rosberg gonna try to take him back on the inside again? It looks like it. You thought I was gonna be all calm again after the last video. You were wrong. As we're gonna get slip on DiResta, we're gonna try to shoot on the inside now. Oh, but wait. I was going to say no, we can't, but Rosberg backed off. So now Bortz has the position. He's going to try to take 130R win out eventually. Take him in the chicane. Is it going to be Procetta? Nope. Nicely held. Oh, but no Kurz. Damn it. He can't wait for Bortz to get into a car with Kurz. It's going to be so much better. As we see, Bortz is in P10, right where he started, but what a hell of a first lap that was. Gonna try to take the rest on the inside. It's not gonna work. He doesn't have the grip for it. As we now getting the move from Rosberg, but Bortz gonna have the inside going into this quarter. Critically, he's on our prime tires. Everyone else seems to have options. Did he push Rosberg off the track there? He might have. Yeah, it looks like he did. Perez now up ahead. Yellow flags. Ooh, nicely held there. Snap overs here, nicely dealt with. Looks like Barrichello's getting a little feisty. What's up, Perez? Perez going off the... Oh, nice. Barrichello, they're slicing and dicing back there. Things are going to get very interesting if Perez tries to make a move, but he doesn't. Bortz holding him off nicely. We're 2 laps into this, and it's already getting insane up in here. It looks like one of the back markers has dislodged himself from the rest of the field. Other than that, it's pretty much as you were. All lined up nicely with nice gaps. Tires are a bit worn. A bit more worn than I'd like, but you know, can't complain. It's better than Singapore was, where every set of tires was either damaged beyond repair or worn to hell. As we're now settling in what should be a dry race. I didn't catch the weather, but just looking at the sky, everything looks set for a dry one. Won't have to worry about any errant rain showers. So see the rest of this trying to catch up to the rest of the front end. Bortz is holding Perez up. 130R, beautiful quarter. Nicely held, surprisingly, in HRT. I thought there'd be a lot more shaking going on in there. But yeah, now we're about to end lap 2. On to lap 3, as you can imagine. Bortz still where he started. 2.7 seconds behind Aresta. Holding off Perez by 0.9 of a second. Through the gears. A little bit early on the downshift there, but can't really complain too much. So you can see him sliding through the S's. I'm assuming that's why he hit the 11 downforce on the roof, just not getting any grip from the HRT. Really a worthless car that is. Seems like I say that every race, but it's true and bears reminding. Perez is trying to look for a way past Bortz. Overtaking is possible on this track. It's not the easiest track to overtake people on, but it's definitely possible. It was before the DRS and the curve came in, but it will be after they leave, if they leave. We can see, I think his teammates actually leading quite a few people, if the map is to be believed. No idea where his rival is. Probably, yeah, actually I could see him right there. He's stuck in the midfield, is being held up by Bortz. So we really have 3 fields right now. We have the sharp enders all kind of coalescing together, well, 4, because we have Vettel, and then the rest of the sharp enders kind of coalescing together. Bortz is leading his own little pack, holding up the midfield drivers, and then we have the back markers. Looks like they're being led by Liuzzi, though, which is a bit surprising. Would not have expected that. Perez making a little look, but he's not going to try anything. Really, you have to have a much better run off of that corner to get any kind of... Well, that doesn't really help for this case, but held together decently well. So we're settling in now for what should be an interesting Grand Prix if the midfield has anything to say about it. Perez having the DRS on Bortz, but it's not going to really matter because, well, right about when you get up there, that happens. Braking sector. Perez going to make a little look on the inside, but he's not going to try to make anything stick. So there you have it. The opening lap's done. So yeah. I was about to say Canada. Canada Grand Prix. The Canada Grand Prix is this weekend. Hopefully some asshole emo kid doesn't do anything stupid and like we thought they were going to do in Bahrain. Oh, cry me a river. You have to pay a couple grand for college. I'm paying 20 grand a year at least just for tuition. Yeah, no sympathy from me. You don't see us throwing shit and burning things, yeah. Cry more bastards. Anyway, that's my little rant over with about the whole Canada situation. But yeah, Grand Prix should be very interesting. It looks like it's going to be a dry one for the race, but a major temperature variation between the 2 days. It looks like it's going to warm up substantially for Sunday compared to Saturday. So, it really depends. These Pirellis have become a bit of a joke, really, if I'm honest. I was hesitant to criticize too much as we see Perez getting a run. Oh, he's going to make it stick. He's got a run going into 130R. No, he's going to back off way too early. I was hesitant to criticize Pirelli early in the year just because, you know, it was early. You know, give him some time, give him a race or 2. Or 3, actually. I was willing to give him 3 just because Malaysia was a weird race with the weather. But it's turning out to where, 2011, they were exciting. They degraded really quickly. Drivers had to make the most of it. The drivers who went fast could go fast, but they knew that they were going to burn the tires quickly. The more conservative drivers like Button knew that they could take the tires longer. There was a flow to it. There were some imperfections. There were some things that needed to be fixed. The hard tires are pretty much useless. And the super softs, I think, could have been used in more races. But all in all, it was a good year for Pirelli, coming off of what we had with Bridgestone. But I don't know, and I don't even think Pirelli really knows what it is with these tires. It's frustrating. It's just frustrating to see, because a team that has a handle on the tires, that sets their car up, that has a driver that drives to what the tire should be, still can get screwed if the temperatures change by a few degrees. It's no longer a factor of can the driver extract the most from the tire at the right time while conserving it at the right time. It's no longer about can the team set the car up to not eat the tires for breakfast. It's about, will Mother Nature give or take 2 degrees on the day and aid or hurt your team? It's bullshit. I don't know why Pirelli have gone this way. And then you have something like with Monaco, where, Perez, again, it's looking like Perez wants to make the overtake. Ports might help him a little bit there if he gets oversteer and spears off into the wall in 130R. Vettel setting the fastest. That's where I need to go after this bed. I'm tired as hell. Vettel 136.5 for the fastest lap. Ports a 139.3. So almost 3 seconds slower than Vettel. It's going to get interesting. So skip down to lap 7. What happens here? Excuse me. Bort's getting a little bit wide there, but yeah, I mean, that's what the green stuff's for. Whoa, that's a little too far wide going into that corner. Having to flick it down again. Because now everyone and their mama wants to get past, but Bort's won't let anyone through on the hairpin. He'll just KK you. And yeah, I think this is going to be how you were for the rest of the race, because unless Bort's makes a mistake, a little bit of a slide there, but nothing too critical, but unless Bort's makes a massive mistake, the AI just does not want to pass. They will not take the passing opportunity. They'll back off from 130R. And as I say that, Perez makes a total ass out of me.
Come on, you can get him.
Yeah, come on, you can get him. Bortz, take the place back. Perez got you, but no one else needs to. Okay, well, then Kobayashi got you. Okay, it's cool. It's a home Grand Prix. As we lost 2 places in as many corners. I think Bortz loses touch with the tires, which doesn't bode well because he still has another 9 laps to go on this set. Is he going to be able to stick with the Saubers? No Kurz, remember, I say that way too many times, I think, but it's true. Killing Bortz right now. Going to be able to lock onto the back of them. Bortz seems to get a better line through this corner and the following one. And he might be able to KK going through the hairpin. As it looks like he's having a look there or something. I don't know what that was. If that or he was having a drink. He's insane enough. I'd expect him to drive one-handed at times. Good enough for Senna. As we see Bortz losing a bit of touch with Kobayashi. Kobayashi's sticking well with Perez. Perez actually looks like he's pulling a bit of a gap, so definitely holding up the Saubers. We now see the sharp enders have really separated themselves from one another. A couple clumps here and there, but mainly it's Vettel, then 5 more cars or so. A couple more. This midfield, the Bortz is holding up. And definitely Lucy is holding up the rest of the back markers. How he got past, I don't know. Barrichello is making a move. Bortz gives Kobayashi a little bit of a bump. Kamui slowing down more than Bortz expected. Not a big deal, though. He's going to get the DRS on Kobayashi. Look it up and now. And let's see how much of a tow he gets. Not going to be doing anything, though, just because Kobayashi has the tow on Perez as well for the DRS. But they're on the option tires. That's the critical thing. They are on the faster tires. They are expected to be faster at this stage. And we can see Kobayashi isn't pulling much more of a gap as we switch to lap 11 now. What's Bortz going to do here? Is he going to have a sideways moment? Called it. Bit of a sideways moment there. Letting Barrichello go through a lot kinder than I would have been. I would have shut the door on Rubens. No offense, Barrichello. I like you. Though you're, well, then again, I mean, they can't really blame you in Detroit. For anyone who follows IndyCar, it was an utter mess, a wreck, rubbish, bullshit, fucking horrible race. I watched Monaco. I didn't think that was a brilliant race. I thought it was a bit too processional. And with the Pirelli tires being as temperamental as they are, no one could really push it. But that compares nothing to what Detroit was. Detroit put me to sleep within the first 15 laps or so. First 10 or so. I remember lap 9 proper, and then after that it gets hazy, and then after that it's completely gone. It literally put me to sleep. And I was about as tired watching Monaco as I was watching the Detroit race. So that shows you how boring it was. On top of that, they're running on a circuit that is repaired so shoddily that I swear elementary school students went out there with bubblegum and a magic marker or Sharpie, colored it black, and said that's a road job. That's not how you repair a road. So you had whatever they put in to fill the many cracks and crevices in the circuit. Whatever that shit was started to come up. Crashed out one guy. Don't even know. Crashed out Sato, who the only reason I know him is because I'm a pretty big Sato fan. You know, it's just bullshit. I don't know why. Why do they even bother running that track? That track is boring as hell. It's supposed to be, oh, GM's big return. They're doing better now than they were, but I'd still take a Japanese car over an American car any day of the week. I'd still take a European car too, but they're too expensive. So, yeah, it's just... the whole thing was a wreck. And then, following the race, some guy put his car through the GM headquarters, so... I gotta say... Oh! And to top it all off, the front three were Hondas. So, you know, GM's big revival. The track is shit. Breaks. Takes 2 cars out of the race. The race is first, second, and third by 3 Hondas. As we see, whoa! Pseudo making a feisty move on boards. His boards apparently made up some... While I was yammering, he made up some places probably in the pit stop phase when the option runners came in. Sorry about that. But yeah, total bullshit. Probably one of the worst races I've seen in a while, and I did catch the NASCAR race. I thought that was actually pretty interesting comparatively. Yeah, shows you. But yeah, horrible. Indy, get your shit together. This Sports is going to come in for that fresh rubber that not Rob just mentioned. Let's see, I think it was another prime set. Yep, another prime set. Sports is looking around now. Really wish they would let you control the car going into pits, but that's probably too much to ask. Rubber's on, and what is it, 3. or 4.4? That's a pretty decent pit stop. I had a slower one online today. Gave me a 5-second pit stop inexplicably. Yep, so now we're behind Felipe, baby, who's in P12, but I don't know where he is on the pit stop phase. Wait. I think didn't boards select prime? Why did they put him on options? I'm confused. Maybe I didn't catch that. It is, you know, nearly 1 a.m. So apologies if I missed that. But yeah, the whole Indy situation, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that. But Canada should be interesting, should be fun. Hoping for Kimmy for the win. I haven't made my post on the Backmarkers blog yet about who I predict, but I want Kimmy to win. Because, you know, I like them because it's very quick and it doesn't deal with the bullshit and it is okay. But, yeah, hope to see the Iceman win. And now, what was a definite is a maybe. I hope to be able to go to the U.S. Grand Prix because United Airlines may not let me redeem my miles anymore. They said they were going to let me, as we see Bort's trying to make a move on Massa. Massa getting a little bit sideways there, held up by Glock. Bort's going to go to the outside of Massa. You got Glock, you fucker, get out of the way! Glock doing his bullshit again. Glock going to try to take the inside, but then backs off wisely. Massa gets through, thankfully. Can't believe I just said that about Felipe. But yep, there you go. Kobayashi's in P11 now, cycling through. Bort's is back up to P8 behind Aldriswari ahead of Soodle. Worn tires already. This is lap 30, so only 23 laps to go. And is he going to go on a set of primes? He got to lap 17 on the last set. So if he gets a fresh set and is really easy on them, he might just make it work on one more stop. I doubt he's going to go for that. Going through 130R. And next is a chicane, going lean to try to save some fuel. Actually, it was up on fuel projections last I checked, so good job on the fuel saving there, Bortz. As here we go, into the pits. Let's see what happens, what transpires. What's going to happen? Wemmy's in P17, so he had a bit of a moment somewhere. Bortz is going for another set of option tires, so he will have to stop one more time. A lap down on fuel, so that's why he's going lean. You see Bortz 4.76, so pretty consistent from the HRT team, consistently average. which is more than can be said for their car design. Although they are bringing new aerodynamic parts to Canada, so that could be interesting. Don't know what's going to happen with that. I doubt anything really, but you never know. Canada can be a crazy race. Usually multiple safety cars even without the rain, so yeah. So Kimi, I hope wins, just because I want the Kimster on the top step. I'm a massive Kimi bear and D'Ambrosio. Alright, to be fair to D'Ambrosio there, that happened, Force came on him so fast that there was really nowhere for him to go. Glock was with him for a lot longer. Could have gotten out of the way. But Timo's an idiot. Now on lap 35, Force is in P12 behind Aresta. That is the rest right ahead of him, so he's within striking distance. Mass is in P13 behind him. So Mass is getting beat by an HRT. That's Aresta. That's Perez. And look who's holding him up again, Timo. I wouldn't be surprised if there's not a massive accident here. Bort's trying to make a move on Aresta, but can't because Glock is blocking. Glock the cock is blocking. Glock. See what they did there? So everyone but Bort's is able to get through because Glock is still taking the racing line. I swear, Timo, I something. Did Bort's like take him off in the first season or something that I didn't realize. So aggravating. Well, Bort should be able to get within the slipstream of Aresta. Reel him in a little bit. Don't know if he'll be in DRS range. Now we're on lap 36 going through 130R. Looks like DeResta's having a nice battle up there with Perez. Perez going to the inside, looks like to defend. Boris is going to catch. Yeah, Boris is definitely going to catch DeResta. Both have the DRS on Perez. I think DeResta got a little bit sideways there. Maybe Boris is whipping his hair back and forth again. What's going to happen here? Tires aren't horrible. Boris hits the limiter at 200, and I think that was 8 miles an hour through the gears. A little bit hesitant. Not hesitant, even early, as there was a black screen there that kind of threw me. Sorry about that. Technical issue, I guess. Boards, you could just see the way. Well, and then again, I think that has more to do with his whatever he's using, because no way that car is leaning that much. I think it would be spearing off the track if it was. As we're catching another back marker, it looks like he just went through this little double kink. Or actually, there's more. Oh wait, are those back markers? That looks like another Sauber. Or they're caught behind a back marker. So it looks like Kobayashi's getting held up. So is Perez, so is the rest of his force going to make the opportunity. He's going to take them both on the inside. He gets Liuzzi and Perez and whoever the fuck that was on the inside. Whoa, that was insane. And it looks like Felipe got a good toe out of that too. He's through, I think he's through on DeResta. Wow. That was awesome. Nice move there, Bortz. Seeing the opportunity, taking the inside line, and just gunning it down the inside. Kobayashi is proud. For sure. But Perez is wanting the position back. He's got the slip. He's going to back out. Not going to make it stick. As we see, Bort's getting a little bit light there going through 130R. I don't think the suspension is stiff enough. Or shocks. We can't adjust the shocks in this game. What you can adjust in 2012, though, is the brake bias. If you guys haven't seen, the new video of F1 2012 is out. It looks just like F1 2011, so I'm going to call it F1 2011 patch 1.3. Is this... whoa, I can't tell. That was Soodle. That was for position. As we're through, we're into B8. That's Truly. Okay, is Truly going to get out of the way? Is he going to be a good little back marker? Yes, he is. Get out of the way. Awesome. P8 for Andrew Bortz. Next up is Alja Suari, who seems to be miles ahead, so I don't think that's going to happen. Or it's going to have to stop one more time. He's 2 laps down on fuel, though. He's going to have to lean it out. There you go. What I was saying, I think earlier, the video came out at Circuit of the Americas. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to the Grand Prix because United might not let me redo. I already said that. Yeah, it's late. I blame that. Now Felipe's up on boards. Felipe's not going to try to... Whoa, Felipe seems to have fallen back a lot. That was weird. Yeah, so if any of you out there know anyone from United, tell them, let me get my miles. Let me go to my country's first proper Grand Prix because Indianapolis sucked. Well, first proper Grand Prix in, like, my lifetime. I don't think... Did they run at Detroit and all that med? I don't even know. I can't remember. I don't think they ran at Detroit and all that after the 80s, did they? Well, I know Senna ran at it, but he... Was that in the 80s? Did they have it in the 90s? I don't know, so that might be a lie. It might... They might have run it, you know, Detroit or Long Beach in the... and after 90 or in 91 and beyond. So if they did, it's not the first proper US Grand Prix of my lifetime, but I wouldn't have remembered it anyway because I would have been like 2 or 3. The 90s. When everyone loved one another and gas was cheap. And when you can go to an airport without having your crotch grabbed. That's another story for another day, though. And another context. Anywho, we're up to P10. Lap 43 now. Kobayashi's in P8. Kamui doing well at his home Grand Prix. Better than he did in F1 in 2011, I think. So that's truly there. Bortz is going to get by him semi-cleanly. I didn't even know he had a problem with DRS. So there you go. Hamilton setting the fastest lap of the race at 1:31.99. So very quick lap there from Lewis. Bortz still 3 seconds off. Still 1 lap down on fuel, but up on the rich setting. So obviously he thinks he can catch Kobayashi. Excuse me. So who says, oh, okay. That, what? Bortz, what the fuck did you just do that for? Okay, maybe he had like a spider attacker. Believe me, I know, I hate spiders. I would have done that too if there was a spider landed on my arm in the middle of a Grand Prix, but otherwise it looked like he deliberately took D'Ambrosio off. I don't know what to think about that. I hope there's some sort of explanation for that. Otherwise, I don't know. It looks like some online shit right there. As Felipe is going to make a move on the inside, but Bortz is faster than him. And takes him going into 130R. Again, that worries me how light he's getting into that corner because I'm afraid at one point it's just not going to stick back on the road. Flicking it down. Nice change there from Bortz. Thought he was going into pits again. I was about to be like, whoa. But yeah. So, whoa, Felipe. He's going to run Bortz again out there. Holy shit, Felipe, baby! Be cool! Oh, whoa. Wow, Massa's having none of that. Takes the place back from Bortz. Nicely fought there from Massa. Very nicely fought. Button going even faster than his teammate. Oh, 131.5. No mention of Vettel, though, so, yeah, it doesn't look like Vettel's having that great of a race anymore. Although position-wise, he still might be in the lead. I mean, I don't know how it's panning out. The whole field's kind of mixed up with back markers and lead cars all intertwined, so who knows who's where, when, why, how. So I think this is Soodle on the back of Bortz. Bortz flicking it back down to mix 2. He needs to get a bit more fuel. He is a lap down, but I don't know how close to 2 laps down on fuel projections that is. As we saw, Soodle trying to make a move on the inside, but that was never, or outside rather, but that was never going to happen. So Bortz doing his thing. Keeping the car on the road. Down to lead. Not the best chance for Bortz. Massa's flying away. 7.5 seconds. Again, very, very early on the downshifting there. Can't be good for the engine, but he might be installing a new engine after this race. I believe it's what? After Japan. Korea. So that long straight's going to need a nice engine. The rest of the track is boring. Yeah. So, at 51 and 53, will Bortz be able to defend from a charging Soodle? Will he be able to get a point for HRT? His projection, his intended finishing position is P12, so either way, unless he majorly fucks up, it should be pretty much guaranteed. It sounded like Soodle there gave him a little bump from behind, but nothing noteworthy. Actually, if Bortz makes a mistake, he's in for a hell of a time, because that, I think, is a chain, minus 1 or 2 maybe, of midfield cars that all want a points-paying position. This is going to be an interesting couple of laps. Whereas we're now on optimal fuel, flicks it to standard, and automatically goes 1 lap down on projections. So we're right there on the cusp of what Bortz should be. Again, light through 130R, scares me, but Bortz holds it nicely. So we're going to go through the chicane once again. And we're on lap 52. What's going to happen? This has got me interested. Looks like everyone and their mama is trying to pass one another back there. Buemi, Bortz's rival in the Toro Rosso, is doing an imitation of the Toro Rosso this year by going miserably. P16, 20 seconds behind Andrew. Or was that 20 seconds behind the next nearest person? You can never tell with this game because it switches so fluidly. It's Rosberg is on P11. Blue flags are out. So I'm assuming that's for the leader. I couldn't really see. Bortz looked too quickly. Identical time to what he posted last lap, so Bortz is staying consistent, putting in the good times. Rosberg's 1.5. That looked like Vettel. Bortz is going to let Vettel go through. Yeah, the finger. He's figuring his way through the field. As Bortz is, that's a Rosberg, I think, behind, yeah. So Rosberg is right behind him. Vettel's still streaming away from everybody. As this is going to be the final lap. So he wasn't a lap down. Bortz was on the lead lap until second to last lap of the race. It's a very impressive drive from Andrew there. Keeps his car on the lead lap. So this is going to be it then. Going through 130R one final time. Bortz is going to cross the line behind Vettel, meaning he won't get to go around again. This is the end of the Suzuka Grand Prix. Bortz in P10, a well-earned P10. Started where he finished where he started even. It's late. It's 1 o'clock. I need sleep. Holds his position. Very nice job from Andrew there.
Well done.
The first car actually off the lead lap, so yeah, well done. Vettel from Alonso, from Hamilton, from Webber, from Button, from Heidfeld, from Aldiswari. Heidfeld putting in a good effort from the Lotus. And Massa, decent effort, I guess. P8 behind his teammate. Whatever. Kobayashi, Bortzy boy, Rosberg, Subal DeResta, Schumacher not having a very good race. Petrov way behind his teammate. Buemi in the Toro Rosso for P16. Perez screwed up somewhere in there. P17. Then Maldonado and Barrichello. The Williams not doing too great. Then it's the Lotus of Trulli, an HRT 2 Virgins, and Kovalainen didn't finish the race at some point. I don't know when. Alonso leads Webber in the championship. So despite his good effort here, Vettel, early season woes not panning out for him. He's not doing too well in the Drivers' Championship. Massa's in P6 though. Again, way behind his teammate. And you can see how the rest shake out there. Buemi's actually doing respectable, even though the last couple of races haven't gone his way. Aldiswari is doing shit. Bortz is beating him by 2 points, and is 3 points behind whoever else that was. And there we can see the rest of the field with 0 points. So Red Bull leading the constructors, even though they do not lead the drivers. But Ferrari close behind next couple of races if Red Bull don't finish. You never know. McLaren also close behind Ferrari. Then it's a big gap to Mercedes, a smaller gap to Lotus. Sauber, bigger gaps there as we could see. So yeah, that was a fun one. A shorter video than the last one. Hopefully we can turn Korea around for you quickly. I know we've gotten a bit behind on this series, and I want to try to catch up before Bortz starts his new adventures with whatever team he decides to go with for 20. Well, it's still 2011, but next season. You know what I mean. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. That was totally ripped from Husky's choreograph. Wow. I need my own outro. Whatever. Peace.